this November 24th, 2025, the beginning of Thanksgiving week 2025. Good morning, everyone. This is Dick, WB2JPQ. I'm in for Bill this morning. He's out on assignment, along with Jeff and Miss Vicky. Got a whole bunch of text check-ins this morning already. Roy, K8BYU, Rando, K8UFM, KC2NJV, N3DQD, WA4WZD, KE2EDS, KI4EGQ, KR4EMM, W3CVE, KF8EBP, WA2SWX, VA3GLG, KI6KQO, I think I didn't miss anybody in there, WA2SWX, KF4LMT, KB3EYR, David in Sacramento, N6QDY, and Joe, KC2GRN. Those are our text check-ins that we got. I'll work those in along with our mobiles on radio check-ins. So, who do we have that's headed out the door, play, school, or work today? Mobile stations only twice. This is Dick, WB2JPQ.
Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November. That is Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November, mobile.
Kilo 4, Kilo 4, W, K4, Kilo 4, with in and out.
VK4, Bravo, Yankee, Foxtrot, VK4BYF.
KJ5, MLZ, Kilo Juliet 5, Mike Lima Zulu, in and out.
Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, Whiskey 8, Sierra Tango Juliet, in and out. Good morning.
Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel, in and out.
Net control is November 3, Juliet, Papa, November 3, Juliet, Papa, with comments.
Quite a list there of mobiles, and 3JPP mobile, W5WH mobile was in and out, W8STJ mobile was in and out, KJ5MLZ mobile was in and out. We got Bob mobile from Australia, VK4BYF, good afternoon or whatever it is there. We got Gillen Orlando mobile, KK4KZZ. KZ4JN mobile. Andrews, and I guess that's all of our mobiles. Our question this morning: is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? Is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? I might have to think about that a little bit, but I think every home has something in it that's broken, needs to be replaced, or maybe even fixed. So that's our question. Is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? KZ4JN, Andrews, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dick, and the rest of the crew. Hope everyone's having a great day. Here in north central Florida, it's 60 degrees with heavy fog, but that doesn't affect what I need to replace. We have a radon extraction system in our home, which is only 11 months old, and unfortunately that fan has quit. So that's something I'm going to be working on replacing today. I hope everyone has a great day, and 73s to everyone. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November, back to you, Dick.
First one's got a project. KK4KZZ, Gainesville, New York. What's broke in your house?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody on the brew. I guess it would be the dishwasher. We don't use it a lot, and I think it's time to replace that. So, yeah, that's the project that will come up sooner or later. And I hope everyone has a great morning. I'm going through fog, and yeah, it's getting a little thick over here, so that'll burn off later. Have a great day, everybody. KK4KZZ.
I might be in real good with you guys' wives, but at the end of this, that reminding all you guys of what has to get done this week. Not bad, huh? Good morning, Gil. K4GDS.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, and everyone on the brew. The one thing I really need to do is get a new awning on the RV, so I guess I'll go with that. K4GDS, back to net.
Morning. But nothing's going to stop Thanksgiving dinner, that's for sure. Morning, Bob in Australia, VK4BYF.
Good evening, good morning over there. Yeah, we've needs clothes dryer. That's all good. Anyway, we've just gone through a wild storm over here. That's why we're mobile instead of at the home. Okay, back to the next VK4 BYF. Cheers all. Have a good day.
Dryer it is, Bob. Stephen, Rochester Hills, Michigan, W8STJ. Good morning, Steve. You were in and out. Steve, are you still there? You want to say good morning for chance?
I was just getting ready to turn the radio off, Dick, but good morning, everybody here at the Morning Brew. Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicky. Thank you for running the net today. What was the question of the day again?
Is there one thing in your home that needs repaired?
I'm sure there is, but offhand, I cannot think of it. Maybe a window I need that's a little bit rotted. I think I got to get repaired soon. But hope everybody has a great day ahead and safe and blessed weekend. This is W8STJ.
Thanks, Steve. How about John? And 3JPP. Good morning, John. What do you got that needs repair?
Good morning, Nick and Vicky. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Most recently, we had a shed replaced. We let the professionals do it, okay? And in the past year, maybe 2 years, we had our windows replaced in our home, triple pane. Also, net control, just give me a few seconds. If we all stick together with this, okay? Some of you may know about it, some of you may not. You go into the ARRL website, okay, and type in HOA. And I'm sure you're all familiar with this, with restrictions and what if you live in an HOA area and you can't put anything up. Well, there's a bill out there. There's an automatic generated letter. Go to the ARRL network, type in HOA for the search. It'll come up. and go down the bottom, put your call sign in, and submit it, and it'll go to your local constituents. Now, some don't, and some do live in these places, but it don't matter. All stick together on it and flood the constituents, and maybe something will happen out of this. Okay, net control, just want to give you the heads up, and let's see how far this will go. But again, there's an automatic generated letter in there. Put your call sign in, all your information will pop up. Okay, and then submit it, and it'll go to your local constituents. And net control, everybody have a great holiday in 3JPP.
Probably go about as far as the last 25 or 30 that they've tried. Let me go up and work some of these text check-ins here. Roy, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy.
Dick, everybody on the Morning Brew. No, there's nothing that needs replaced here. We just had an apartment inspection throughout the whole building last week, and everything's working. I mean, they checked everything, the lights, the outlets, the fans in the bathroom, the one over the stove, so, yeah, everything's up to snuff right now. Back to you.
Be our first none, then, I guess, this morning. Good morning to Randall, K8UFM. Trust you had a nice weekend, Randall.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to everyone on frequency. Kick off to the Thanksgiving Day week and Thanksgiving Day festivities. Answer to the question, a internal door handle. Got a little loose, got to get in there and tighten it all back up. With that said, this is KAUFM, back to net control, and everyone have an outstanding day.
As well, Randall, and everybody's got a little something that needs fixing, that's for sure. Good morning to Wayne, KC2NJV.
Good morning, everyone, and to you, Mr. Dick. KC2NJV, and right now I have to replace the speaker in the freezer. Exciting. Enjoy your day.
Well, I'm going to try, Wayne. I do try to enjoy every day. Good morning to Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania, N3DQD. Morning, Ray.
Yeah, good morning, Dick, Vicki, everyone else in the Zoom room and here on the net this morning. We're in the same boat as Roy. This is a fairly new building, and we don't really need anything replaced in here. This back to net. This is N3DQD.
Right, nothing replaced. Yeah, I'll make this announcement up first early on the net here. New Year's Eve, we're planning, you've heard me talk, we're planning on having a New Year's Eve net start approximately at 8 o'clock at night and run right on through till after midnight, maybe till 1 o'clock, something like that. We're going to have several of our net controllers, a couple of the youth, they're going to be there as well. So if you're not doing anything on New Year's Eve, set a little bit of time aside to come join us, both in the Zoom room. We'd like to get as many as possible in the Zoom room as well. So the Zoom room is the other half of the net. So we should have a nice time on the radio and on the Zoom room. So if you're not doing anything New Year's Eve, set a little time aside for the East Coast Reflector and come join us. Joe in Claremont, KM4WZD. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning to everybody on the crew. We have a TV. We have one of our TVs that has got vertical lines in it, and we kind of ignore it because they're not too terribly bad, but probably need to replace it. So let's go with that for this morning. Everybody take care. 7-3s, KM4WZD, back to net.
for Joe. How about Mark in Elma, New York, KE2EDS? Morning, Mark.
Good morning, Vicki. Good morning, Brew Crew. Looking to be a little bit proactive on my side. I got a gas-driven water tank to replace. It makes a little bit of noise when we turn on the hot water, so that's just giving the sign that, hey, I need to be replaced. Have a great morning, everyone. KE2EDS.
Always find something, can't we, Mark? Morning to Bill, Woodstock, Georgia, KI4EGQ.
Well, good morning, Dick, and to all the brew crewers. We just this week had a front porch rebuilt. Wood was rotted out, and we got to wait a couple months until it warms up steadily, before we can put some stain on there. And so that's in the inbox. And there's always some other things that waiting to be done, but nothing critical. I hope everybody has a great day, a great week, and a good Thanksgiving. KI4EGQ, back to you.
Same to you, Bill. Hopefully we'll see you before Turkey Day. Vince, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, KR4EMM. Good morning.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki, everyone in the crew. Yeah, we have to, I have to replace my wife's bathroom sink. It magically broke, cracked. Nobody knows how it happened. So that's something I have to do. This is KR4EMM. Back to you, Dick. Thank you.
One of those situations. Nobody knows how it happened. We've had many of those in my lifetime. Good morning, Chuck. W3CVE.
Morning, Dick, Vicki, and everybody on the brew there. I need to replace a light out in the garage there, a light fixture there. I got to get to it before it really gets cold. Thanks for doing the net, Dick. Have a great day. W3CVE.
Hey, stay, Chuck. Let's go to Michael. Farmington Hills, Michigan. KF8EBV.
Morning, Dick. Morning, Vicki, and the rest of the brew crew. I had my sump pump replaced with a water fed backup, and I need to replace the cover for the sump pump. So that's my project this week. Back to net control, KF8EBV.
Sun pump cover. I'm going to do Zachary here in Kissimmee, Florida. Then I'm going to take some radio check-ins. We'll come back to these texts. Give everybody equal opportunity here. KI6KQO. Good morning, Zachary.
And also, Jeff out there, I guess I'll probably have to break down and get a new couch here in the next month or two. The other one's just been sitting around too long. So anyway, 7-3, this is KI6KQO, back to net.
The couch it is. Let's go down Vicks and take a couple of radio check-ins, at least get some on the log here if we can. Go down to line 42 and start with anybody anywhere that's mobile or on a radio this morning. This is Dick, WB2JP, Q call signs twice.
W7 OMH, W7 OMH, mobile, in and out, good morning.
November 5, Charlie Hotel Bravo, mobile. November 5, Charlie Hotel Bravo, mobile.
W8WHK, W8WHK.
Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Bravo, Bravo, in and out.
KKY, we've got KFH, STD, in and out. EH3, KTJ, forwarding out. We've got WHK, N5CHB, W7OMH, in and out. And so added to the text line, we had K8CH, W3ICC, KD2YUY, and KM7CGI. Larry, I'm sorry, Chuck, N5CHB.
Cannot hear the audio.
We had something plugged in wrong here this morning. We're going to go to, where are we going to go here this morning? We were going to go to Mike, I'm sorry, Winding River, New York. I think that was our first mobile here. W7OMH. W7OMH. Good morning, Mike. And our question this morning is, what is the one thing in your home that needs to be replaced?
Hey, good morning, W7OMH. I would probably say big project boiler, even though the thing's still cranking. That would be it. That would be something I would want to do. Anyway, back to you, W7OMH out here. Everybody have a good weekend.
Alright, we'll try this again. This is Vicky KVKI. Next up, Chuck, N5CHB.
Morning. Happy Monday. Happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. I've got one of those Samsung refrigerators that's got the bad ice makers on it. So it's been replaced once, and we got to replace it again. It's not making ice. So hope everyone has a great rest of your week. N5CHB, back to net control.
Thank you, Chuck. Next up, Bill, WHK.
Good morning. Good morning, Vicki. Oh, good to hear you. Let's see. It's 61 degrees. Yeah, and I heard them Samsungs, we have one too. The darn ice maker's been replaced like 3 or 4 times, but we have coverage on it. Doesn't cost us much. Anyway, we're getting a new roof on the house, new roofing. Right now we have shingles. They're about 6 years old. Down here in Florida, shingles don't last more than 10 years. So we're getting a metal roof this time. And let my wife and son pick out the color. So I'm kind of a brownish. Anyway, you're more noise out here. Okay, I'm going to let you go to WHK. And if I don't get back to here, which I hope I do, everybody have a great Thanksgiving. 7 threes.
Thank you, and I'm beginning to understand why my dishwasher doesn't work. Maybe it's a Samsung thing. Alright, we'll go back up to the top of the list here. Greg, BA3GLJ. What's the one thing in your home that needs replaced?
Good morning, Vicky, and good morning to the brew crew. Currently 23 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 5 degrees Celsius up here in Cartier. Answer to your question, like a couple of the previous stations, I got a 3-year-old fridge that needs a new ice maker. It's beyond me why a 3-year-old fridge would need an ice maker already. Anyhow, everybody have a great Monday, and 73 VA3JLJ.
Thank you very much. Don, WA2, SWX.
Good morning, Vicki and Matt. Yeah, it's an ice maker situation too. I live down in South America. So anyway, we have a water filter system that pushes water to the ice maker, and the water filter system pump went out, so I gotta replace that. So I'll turn it back to Matt, and if not back on, I wish everyone a great Thanksgiving. WA2SWX.
And another fridge. Mac, KF4 LMT.
Good morning to the net from Savannah, Georgia. One thing that needs to be repaired, replaced, is a kitchen faucet. Just to quit being lazy and get around to doing it. It's, I don't know how old it is. It's probably 20, 30 years old, and probably can't even find parts to repair it anymore. Hope everybody has a good week. 7-3 and back to the KF4 LMT.
Thanks for stopping by. Greg, KB3EYR.
Good morning, Vicky, and everyone on the crew this morning. This is KB3EYR, and I'm going to say the basement flooring is probably the next big project of what I need to replace. It's had a rough life the last couple of years here. I hope everybody has a great day. Back to net control.
Thank you, Greg. David, N6QDY.
Hey, good morning, Vicky, the brew crew, everybody in the Zoom control room, and Dick. Put me down for a dishwasher. Yeah, our dishwasher works on everything, but starting to fall apart slowly but surely, like anything else. Have a great day. Back to net control, N6QDY.
Another dishwasher it is. Joel, KC2GRN.
Good morning, Vicky and Dick and everyone on the morning crew. KC2GRN. Yep, we need to replace the washing machine. It doesn't seem to be washing very well. Actually, it washes well, but it wears the clothes out all along the edges of towels and things. It's just something that, I don't know, it's a design flaw, I think. Anyway, something's got to be done. Everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and a happy Thanksgiving if I don't get into it before then. KC2GRN back to net.
And next up, Larry, KM7CGI.
Hey, good morning, Vicky, Dick, everybody. Countertop. It's got an old laminate one, and getting kind of tired of it after the years, but we'd like to upgrade the countertop. Everybody have a great week. Happy Monday.
You have a good, well, Charles, KD2YUI.
Good morning, Vicki, and good morning, everybody listening in on the Brew Crew. The dining room carpet. It's old, it's frayed, it's stained, needs to be replaced. But actually, I'll probably pull it up and reveal hardwood floors underneath and refinish the hardwood floor. 73, all back to that control, KD2, YUY.
Thank you, Charles. Bob, W3ICQ.
Good morning, Vicki. Due to our mower picked up a rock, threw it at the window, and we've got a window now, a little crack that needs to be fixed. Back to net, W3ICQ. Everybody have a great day.
Right. And next up, our net control valve, KBAC.
Good morning, Vicki, Dick, everybody in the Brew Crew. Happy Monday. Well, not going to lie, there's been several times I've wanted to knock the whole thing over and start over again, but we'll pick the small victories. Got to put a new ceiling in the kitchen, so we'll just go with that one today. Hope everybody has a good week. See you back here in the morning. KBAC, back to you, Vicki.
My question is what was going on above the ceiling, or above the kitchen that you need a new ceiling? That's what sounds fun. All right, that's it. We got, on text check-ins, we've got W2, RBC, KQ8U, N0, CKB, WDA, KOB, KO4, 2MM, K1, MCO, and K2, CNT. But first, we'll take some more check-ins. Anyone, anywhere.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, India, Yankee, Delta, India. Kilo Oscar 4, India, Yankee. This is Kilo, Julia 5, Delta, India, Tango. Good morning, this is Matthew from Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
November Alpha 2 Bravo and A2B.
Kilo Golf 2 Lima Alpha, in and out.
Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor.
W5 GHR Whiskey 5 Golf Hotel Romeo Mobile.
Whiskey 8 Delta Charlie Mike. Whiskey 8 Delta Charlie Mike Mobile.
November Yankee 1 Uniform Sierra. November Yankee 1 Uniform Sierra.
Echo Foxtrot Yankee. Kilo Quebec 4, Echo Foxtrot Yankee.
All right, we've got KQ4 EFY NY1 US, W8 DCM, KC3 FGD, W5 GHR, KC3 LAV. We had KG2 LA in and out, NA2B, KC3 UUK in and out, KJ5 DIT, KO4 IYY, and we'll go down to our mobiles, KC3 LAV. Is there any one thing in your home that needs to be replaced?
This is KC3 LAV, Mike Warwick Township at the bottom of the hill. No, we're in good shape. We've just about got everything done now, the roof and the furnace and all that stuff. I'm putting up another antenna.
That's what I'm working on, another vertical antenna. KT3LAV back to net. Thank you very much. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You as well. And Brian, W5GHR.
Good morning, Net Control and Brew Crew. I joined late and joined the check-in. What is the question this morning?
Question is there any particular one thing that needs repaired in your...
No, I'm in good shape here. I think everything I have is pretty new, so nothing needs to be repaired. Back to you, Net Control, W5GHR.
Thank you, and have a good day. This is Vicky, K8BKY. Next up, and last on the mobile is Dean, W8DC.
Well, good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Yeah, I just bought this house back in June of this year, and I am finding plenty of things that need repair every day. Right now, the handrails to the basement are my biggest priority. With that, back to...
All right, first one for handrails. And to the top of the list, Mike, K2CMT.
Next thing on my home improvement list is going to be the dishwasher. It's just not performing like it used to. And I can't afford to hire Bubba to come in and do them.
I found a fix for mine is throwing about a handful of those
and let me make a special shout out to my friend Charlie and Bertie.
All right, you're cutting in and out, but we got you. We got you in there, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Jay, K1MCO.
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Dick, and everybody on the Morning Brew. This is K1MCO this morning from the home. As far as appliances and changes here at the house, we all said we basically replaced everything when we moved here 2 years ago. But it's an interesting question. Send it back to you, Vicky. This is K1MCO. Have a great day.
You too, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. Roger, KO4QMM.
Morning, Vicky, Dick, Jeff, and the Brew Crew. You can put me down for a cracked window from that one full tree that fell apart in my front yard this summer. So, a good thing it's double pane, so no emergency. But got to get that done. Meanwhile, I'm going to get some scrambled eggs and get back to painting the house today outside. So, beautiful weather, though. Back to you guys. Thanks for having something fun to answer this morning. KO4QMM clear.
I'll trade you. We've got 24 degrees. Rod, WD8KOB.
Well, good morning, Ned. This is WD8KOB. Well, let's see. We just put a new roof on, so probably the next thing will be the water system filters. They're 11 years old, and I imagine that'll go out next. It's always something. Have a good day. Get your week started out great. WD8KOB, back to net.
All right, thank you. And Mark, N0CKB. N0CKB.
Sorry about that, Vicky. Had to wait for the garbage to stop.
got a full floor, first floor, completely under renovation, stripped down to the bare walls. So that whole thing is being renovated. Everybody have a nice day, and 0CKV back to net.
Sounds like a big project. Bob, KQ8U.
Morning, Vicky, Dick, and everybody else on the brew. I could use kitchen floors. Put the linoleum down back in 1990, and it's paper thin. I got to keep heavy coat of wax on it, but I'd like to change it. A wood floor. My nephew does that work, so that will be a project coming up next. Have a good day. KQ8U back there.
Thank you, Bob. Next up, Randy, W2 RBC.
Good morning, Vicky, Dick, and everyone on the Morning Brew. The one thing that I need most to have replaced would be my gas water heater. It's still working, but heating slower than it should. Back to Net Control, 73 to all, W2 RBC.
Thank you, Randy. Steve, KF4IYY.
Well, good morning, everybody from Steuben County, New York. My house currently is good to go. No major repairs need to be done, so I'm good there. But we'll also have it on the market. Anyway, thanks for letting me in. Everybody have a good day. KO4IYY.
Thank you, Steve. Matthew, KJ5DIT.
Good morning. Kids are up, even though they don't have to go to school today. We've got a downstairs project going where we want to pave the dining room and living room and put some new flooring down. We've got the flooring, we got some of the paint, but the honeydew project going on, so 73.
Thank you. This is Vicky, VKY. Today's question, is there one thing in your home to replace? Next up, NA2B.
Hey, good morning, Vicky. Everybody on the net from Bertie and I in Tampa Bay, 66 this morning, a bit foggy. I want to wish everybody a good, safe Thanksgiving. Response to the question, Vicky, if you had asked me a week ago, I could have gave you a list as long as your arm. Fortunately, got those all taken care of, and the only one I have left is we'd like to replace some 20-year-old window film that we have kind of knocks out the UV rays in the house, so we got some of that needs to be taken care of. Other than that, everything's good. And wanted to do a little shout out to Mike, K2CMT. We did hear you, Mike, and wish you and your family a nice Thanksgiving also. Back to you, Vicky, NA2B, back to that.
All right, good to hear from you. A few more here, and then we'll take some more check-ins. We got Ray, KC3FGP.
Hey, good morning, Vicky, everyone on the brew. Beautiful morning here developing in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. I live in a retirement community, so all that is taken care of by them. However, probably next thing they're going to have to do is my dishwasher. It's not drying the way it should. So everyone have a wonderful day, wonderful Thanksgiving. Back to Net Control.
Thank you very much. And Norm, NY1 US. NY1US.
Yeah, hi Vicki and everybody on the brew crew today, and I have a couple of storm doors that I really need to replace going in and out of my garage, so, and other things are going to be coming up for sure, but everybody have a great week and great Thanksgiving. Thank you, Vicki.
Thanks for stopping by. Tim, KQ4EFY.
Thank you, Vicki. This is Tim, KQ4EFY in Columbia, South Carolina. And I guess I need to replace the electrical service entrance to my house. That's had some damage to it that needs to get repaired.
Thank you very much. And through text, we got K6AAN, WA2, WWK, KM4CTB, and NAFH. But first, we'll take some more check-ins and then head back to Dick. Anyone, anywhere, twice as slowly, please.
November 9 Echo, Hotel Tango, and 9EHT. Good morning, in and out.
November 4 Juliet X-ray, Mike.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf November, Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
4 Mike Juliet, WB4 from Shea, Mike in Western North Carolina.
All right, we got WB4MJ. Good morning, Michael. Franklin, North Carolina. Looks like you've not been in here before. You've been on the East Coast Reflector, but not on the Morning Brew. We'll get you in here in a minute. Good morning, Jeff, Rochester Hills, Michigan, KE8SMN. Tim in Windsor, a regular around here, VE3TGN. Doug in New Caney, Texas. Got you in here as well, Doug, N9EHT. And I think that's where we're going to start was, well, Doug, you were mobile, but you're in and out. You got time, Doug, to say good morning, or are you on a short leash? At 9ETH.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot here in traffic. Probably have a bit of caulking to do. House is only 2 years old, so should still be in good shape. Hopefully for a long while. Back to net and 98T.
Get you down for a little caulking. Let me go up to, let's go to California. Valley Springs, California. Mike, K6AAN. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Dick and Vicki and everybody on the brew crew. 47 degrees and real foggy in Valley Springs this morning. We're in good shape here as far as projects. None pending, but you know how it is. There's always something coming. Probably not far away. Anyway, you all have a great Thanksgiving week here. Happy Turkey Day. This is K6AAM, back to net control.
You as well, Mike. My temperature guesser is at 29 degrees here this morning, so it's getting chilly. Good morning to Ron, UA2WWK in Amherst, New York.
WA2WK, well, good morning to everybody on the net this morning. Thank you for all your help. Actually, I have a couple storm doors which should be taken care of, and sooner or later, I'm putting it off a dishwasher. Storm doors and whatever screen combinations. I'm probably going to wait until spring. It's much easier to hang these things. Dishwasher, well, as long as it doesn't leak too badly, I'm going to keep going. WA2WK.
Just a little leak, we'll leave go. All right, thank you, Ron. Donnie, Jacksonville Beach, Florida, KM4CTB. Morning, Johnny, Donnie.
Well, good morning, Dick, Vicki, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach. A little chilly here too, Dick, 63. But next up on the replacement of the house is going to be the bathroom. The master bath is next up. We did a roof and the guest bath this year, so next year early looks like the master bath will be the money drain. Hope you're feeling better this week. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for doing the net, Dick. KM4CTB, back to net.
And Donnie, what, creeping crud for a couple of weeks, but we're finally on the swing, I think. It's been miserable. I don't know what I had, but whatever it was miserable. So we got you down for a bathroom. Gary, Woodhaven, Michigan, N8ZFH. I figured some of these would be little projects. Good golly, some of these turned out to be major projects, floors and roofs. And, I figured a table leg might need to be fixed or something when I thought about this question, but it has expanded. What about you, Gary? What do you got going?
Morning, Dick, Vicki, and the crew. And we're procrastinating about a new washing machine. And the reason is the dishwasher. I hope the dishwasher guy is still listening that's looking for one. A couple of years ago, we ended up purchasing a very high-end, high-efficiency, albeit low-performance dishwasher. I wish I would have just replaced the seal in the 35-year-old one. So that's why I'm reluctant to get a new washing machine. Please check me in and out. N8ZFH, back to that. Hope everybody has a great day and a great week.
Scott and I were talking the other day, last week, talking about refrigerators. I bought a new one last year, about this time last year, just before Thanksgiving, and I had gotten many years out of my old one. I bought the new one. The salesman right in the store says, well, you'll be lucky if you get 5 years out of this one. He come right out and tell you that you're not going to get anything of any time out of some of these new appliances, which is kind of disheartening. You think you're going to get the same, but nope, you'll be back here in 5 years guarantee. So, of course, that's how they get you on the warranty, too. They scare you, a little scare tactic, but things just don't seem to last. How about Tim in Windsor, Ontario, VE3TGN? Tim, what do you got that needs to be repaired in your place? Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Dick and Vicki. Well, the fridge makes one heck of a bang. It shuts down there. I got to see the landlord about it. I live in an apartment building. It definitely, it sounds like a bomb when it shuts down, and it still works, but it's been around for about 20 years. There's the Frigidaire that makes a big clanking noise when it recycles, and so from the fridge there, my dine-in back to you there, VE3TGN. Have a good Thanksgiving, and raise me to VE3TGN.
Is that your refrigerator you said that's making that noise?
Yeah, when it shuts down, and there's a great big banging noise from the compressor, I guess, that it's been doing that the last few months, I guess, they're over.
I just told you a story about mine. They don't make them like they used to. Thanks for being here, Tim. You have a blessed Thanksgiving if we don't catch you. Let's go to Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan, KE8SMN.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, everyone on the brew. This is KVA SMN. Put me down for some drywall repair and painting. That's been looking at me for a while now. Probably just going to hire it done. Seem to find out that can't get hurt writing a check these days. KVA SMN, back to net.
Caught up here. Michael, Franklin, North Carolina, WB4MJ. Good morning.
Well, good morning, everyone on the brew. This is Mike, WB4MJ, in the western mountains of North Carolina, where it's 38 degrees and the sun's shining beautifully. Right now, at the moment, we're good to go. Give me 10 minutes and something will go crazy. So that's where we are. Good morning, everyone. WB4MJ, back to net.
Alrighty. Glen Burdy, Maryland. Good morning, Glenn. N3LLY.
Good morning, Dick, and the rest of the crew. Waking up to a chilly 36 degrees over here in Maryland. And I have a relatively simple task I need to do, but I can't do it. I have somewhat of a disability. And I need to replace the pole chain on my ceiling fan in my kitchen. Right now the fan works, but we don't get any light from it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving and a great day. Back to you, Dick.
As well, Glenn, but I might catch you on Wednesday. All right, let's take a list of check-ins. Got a couple minutes left in our half hour, or our hour, and then we'll send it over to Jeff, and he can pick up what we don't get done here on this list. So let's take anybody anywhere. Like to get in on the list twice and slowly, please. Anybody anywhere.
Kilo 5 Delta Victor. Kilo 5 Delta Victor. Mobile.
KD6 DIQ, Kilo Delta 6 Delta India Quebec, in and out. KG5 UFR.
November 4,
November
Juliet
1,
X-ray.
Whiskey,
November
Echo,
4,
Bravo,
Juliet X-ray.
and 1 WEP.
November 2, India Sierra Kilo. November 2, India Sierra Kilo.
AS Mobile. KG2 AS Mobile, in and out.
Bravo 8, Victor. Kilo Bravo 8, Lima Victor, Chris.
Let me hold up there a minute. I think we've missed a couple. We've got Chris in Novi, Michigan, KB8 PLZ. Just ahead of Chris, I believe it came out of Fort Lauderdale, AC2GAF or something like that. The AC2 coming out of Fort Lauderdale. We need your call sign only, please. AC2 station. The AC2 station, I think it came out of Fort Lauderdale.
KD2 DAS. KD2 DAS, in and out.
Oh, God. KD2 DAS. Not loading properly either here. KD2 DAS. Is that correct? KD2, Victor Oscar Sierra. We'll let that run and see what that comes up to. Victor Oscar Sierra, Victor. Oh, Lou. All right, well, that's what you're going to be today. We got N2ISK, Bob. We got you in Bridgewood. We got Webb, N1WEB, N4JX, KG5UX, UFR. We got Todd in Yucca Valley, was in and out. And we got K5DDV, Sean in Texas. And I'm going to take my friend Bob here down over the hill from me, KC2JZE. Good morning, Bob, and you will be my last one here today.
Good morning, Dick, and to all in the net. I'd say not much to be done to this house right now, thank you, and hope you guys didn't put a jinx on it. Had a roof a couple years ago, that's the last major thing, and not looking for anything else. Everyone have a great day on the net. Back to you, Dick, KC2JZ.
Nice Thanksgiving, Bob, if we don't catch you on Thursday. Over to you, Jeff. I guess that'll do it for me. This is WB2JPQ. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Well, thank you, Dick. And Vicki, you too as well. It's always good to hear you do some of the brew in the morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff, KE0GKF. I'm located in Omaha, Nebraska. We're starting off at 47 degrees right now this morning. Not going to get much higher than that today. A little bit rainy here in the Midwest in Omaha. Let's get right back to the list. K5DDV, Sean in Cypress, Texas. Sean, good morning. The question of the day, is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? Over to you, Sean.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicki, and everyone on the crew. Just minor touch-ups here and there. The typical, touch-up paint here, fix a little bit of sheetrock here and there, but other than that, nothing much. And the gentleman earlier who has the handicap that needs to replace the pull chain on his ceiling fan, because of the lights not working. If it broke while the light was actually on, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's or any hardware store or even a Best Buy and get you one of those smart light bulbs that you can control with an app, and you can go that route if you can't get your chain repaired. Anyway, with that, I'll say 73. Everybody have a safe and blessed Thanksgiving holiday. And everyone, take it easy, and if it is, take it twice. Back to net control.
Sounds like good advice. Have a good morning. Let's go to Jason in Farmers Branch, Texas. KG5UFR. Jacob, it's Mr. Microphone Monday.
Right on. Well, cool. Well, thanks for picking me up. I'm glad to be here and glad to be on the net this morning. I understand Sunday is my Monday, so I'm just coming off, so I understand being picked up. And as far as home improvements go, I do need to upgrade or replace my dishwasher, but I just did $35,000 in plumbing work, so I'm going to take a pass on the dishwasher. I can hand wash stuff for a while. The house was built in 1952, and the original plumbing finally went, so I had to replace everything from the sewer all the way through the yard and up under the house, 10 feet under the house and up. So that was more than I wanted to spend this year, but I'm glad it's fixed. Hopefully it'll last another 60 years. 70 years, sorry. But anyway, that's pretty much it here. So thanks for picking me up, and back from that, 5 UFR.
The dreaded dishwasher. Yeah, Jacob, I just put in a maintenance request here at the apartment a couple of years ago, and they put in a brand new Whirlpool. But you pay for it, that's for sure. I've had houses in the past, but in my later years, I'm in an apartment, and rent is more than a mortgage payment but we're not going to get into that this morning. Let's go to Mike in Inverness, Florida, N4JX. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Jeff. This is Mike in Inverness, N4JX. Beautiful morning here today in north of Tampa. In terms of home improvement, we would like to remodel our master bathroom. It's got a real deep tub that we have to step into to shower, and we're getting older and would like to do walk-in. So we've had one guy come out and give us a quote. Hope everyone has a wonderful day and a happy Thanksgiving. Back to Net Control, 7-3.
All righty, Mike. Have a great morning. Thanks for stopping by. It's Monday. Let's get this ball rolling here this morning, folks. I'm Jeff, 0GKF. The text line, by the way, is 716-317-9050. Just put your call in your phone at 716-317-9050. Vicky will get you on the log. Hey, Webb, you're up next, my man, in Collierville, Tennessee, N1WEB.
You, Jeff and Vicky. Boy, our dishwasher was replaced, I think, around July this year, and our TV broke, and that was probably May. Next up is the garage door, so put me down for the garage door. N1WEB.
Yeah, I put in a couple maintenance requests for garage door maintenance, too, as well, as I rent a garage, too. Yeah, I hear that. You got to keep those doors running. Have a good morning, Webb. Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey, NISK.
Good morning, Jeff and crew. Yeah, well, I live in an old house here, a small old house built in 1943, and back then there were no building codes around here. Everything was built for very small people, and cinched down almost at your knees, and very strange, a lot of it. Everything was just built by nailing sticks together, and most of the house was just a bunch of nailed sticks together. So we're finally updating and working on putting all new cabinets in the kitchen. It's been quite a project, but can't fit the new stuff in there. The house is too small. Has to be all special size. So, yep, it's kitchen cabinets. That's what we're doing now. So there you go. Everybody have a good day. Enjoy ISK.
Yeah, I hear that, Bob. I'm looking at my kitchen cabinets from here, and I think they're the original with the apartment complex. They're about 50-year-old cabinets. If I was to get picky, I think this whole place needs to be gutted, but I'm sure they won't be doing that. Have a good morning. Let's go to Chris in Novi, Michigan, KB8PLV. Good morning, Chris.
Good Monday morning to everyone on the net. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week. Put me down for flooring in the bathroom. I believe there are those, if you're about to sell your house in the near future, there are repairs you do right before you sell the house, and then the repairs you do soon enough so you can enjoy it before you sell it. And probably what we're going to do is replace our flooring in the bathroom so we can enjoy it before selling it. Everyone have a good week ahead. This is KB8POV. Back to net.
All righty, Chris. We'll talk to you next time. Have a happy Thanksgiving, sir. Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania, KD3AJN. Anna, is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Jeff and the crew in there this morning. Well, we live in an apartment, and it's fairly new, so I don't think there's anything that needs replaced. Everybody have a great day. KD3AJN.
Yeah, I'm on the other end of that. This apartment I'm in complex was built in the 70s, which is fine. And everything works. They put in a new AC, they put in a new furnace, they put in a new unit on the roof, AC. You know, they keep up on it, but yeah. Have a good day, Anna. Rick in the Villages, Florida, N5GI. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Yeah, unfortunately, with the new house, they like to put wire shelves down here in Florida, and I've replaced all of them except the pantry. So the next project before Christmas is to replace the wire shelves with wooden shelves, which will be stronger and more sturdy for all the things that we need to put in there. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. This is N5GI, back to net.
All righty, Rick. Have yourself a great holiday week. And it is Thanksgiving week. Let's go to William in Wake Forest, North Carolina, KQ4GWO. Good morning, William.
Good morning. Thank you, Net Control. Hope everybody's going to have a super fine week coming up, and hope everybody have a super fine Thanksgiving coming up. I live in a retirement complex and pretty new. Everything is pretty much up to date. I need to break some, get some of the money back I've been paying out. But everything is fine. Everybody take care of me. God bless. Super fine holiday. This is Kilo Quebec 4. Golf Whiskey Oscar. William, right around Wake Forest, North Carolina, 73.
All righty, William. Have yourself a happy Thanksgiving. Bill in East Bethel, Minnesota, KFO-MHN. Bill, over to you in Minnesota.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, crew. Not too much needing to be done in our house, Jeff. Everything's been updated. Maybe the oven, it's about 29 years old, but the repairman keeps saying, don't get rid of that thing. It's really good. But other than that, nothing really needs to be done. Back to the net. This is KF0MHN. Everybody have a great day.
All righty, Bill. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. You are up next. Good morning.
Well, good morning to everybody on the brew. My own little home system here died because we haven't had a whole lot of sunlight here lately, so I'm having to use the local repeater. But for us around here, it is a little bit of electrical work. So back to that AC5CZX.
All right, Daryl. Have yourself a fine week. Mike in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan, N8HLN. What say you, Mike?
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the crew. Coming to you this morning. Clear skies and 30 degrees. A little frost on the lawn this morning, but anyways. I would say the one thing that in our home is probably the garage door opener. It's been down a couple years, and we just use it manually. Hope everyone has a great week. Upcoming holiday, 73 N8HLN.
All righty, Mike. Have yourself a fine week. Let's go to Bill at the end to round off this list, and we'll be ready for another round of check-ins. KI5PMI, heading over to Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Jeff. Everybody on the brew. Happy Monday. On mine, it's the roof. Once again, if you have a chance to buy a flat roof house, don't run away from it as fast as you can. So, rest of the day, just a little work, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a great day and great Thanksgiving. KI5PMI, back to net.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that, Bill. On the apartment complexes, they're sloped roofs, normal sloped roofs, and the air conditioners are up top and leveled, put on 2x or whatever up there and kept level, but on a sloped roof. Have a good morning. We are ready for another round of check-ins. It's Thanksgiving week, everyone. We're ready for another round of check-ins twice, and slowly, please.
Mike Whiskey Hotel, Kilo Julia 5, Mike Whiskey Hotel, mobile.
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Hotel, mobile, in and out.
Lima Oscar, N5 GLO, Bill, Oakhurst, Texas.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
KR4 CKC, KR4 CKC.
Quebec 4, November Papa Alpha, KQ4 NPA, in and out.
November 8 Mike Juliet, November 8 Mike Juliet, November, mobile.
Okay, we'll go with this list right here. From the bottom up, it looks like we have a couple of mobiles too we're going to get right too. K4ITA Leo, N8MJN Marson, you're mobile, so hang tight. KQ4NPA Byron in Huntsville, Alabama, you were an IO this morning. Happy Thanksgiving. K4R CKC. Hopefully, do we have that right? It's something like K4R4 CKC, something like that. Correct that for us right now, if you would.
Kilo Charlie, KR4 CKC.
Okay, Bill, I was just waiting for the log to populate so I knew who I was talking to. Hang tight. W2AJR, Andy. W2KJV, Tony. KJ5DXB, Frank. KB3V, PK, Mary. N5GLO, Bill. We had another station Vicky's got a question mark on, something that sounds like W5WLH. Something like that. Correct that for us.
Yeah, W5WLH. I'm in and out.
All right, Wayne, we had it right. Vicky had it right then. But you're an IO as well, and thank you for stopping in from Wimberley, Texas, Wayne. KQ4ORK, Barry. We had a station, is that correct? KJ5MWH, looks like a mobile station. KJ5MWH, do we have that correct?
Yes, sir, correct. KJ5, Mike Whiskey Hotel, Dusty from Belton, Texas.
Okay, we just changed it, Dusty, because it came up as Dustin. Had it right then. Hang tight, you're going to be first. WA8CLG Doug and W2SAL Sal. But let's go back to Dusty, he's mobile. Dusty, good morning. KJ5MWH in Belton, Texas. Is there anything in your home that needs to be replaced, Dusty? Good morning. Dusty, you might be getting keyed on there. Let's try you again. Dusty, KJ5MWH, you just called in a second ago. Well, I'll call you again, Dusty. Let's go to the top of the list. W2SAL, Sal in Cheektowaga, New York. Sal, good morning. Over to you.
And an island, so I'm heading home right now, and that's what I'm going to be doing in and around Thanksgiving. So
back to Ned. Thanks for taking my call. Everyone, have a good week.
All right, Sal, you have yourself a great morning. Moving on, let's go to Doug in Homosassa, Florida, heading down south. Oh, WA8CLG. Doug, good morning.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And projects that should be on the list aren't. I have many projects that probably should go get started with, but nothing on the agenda at the moment. So I'm pretty clear. Got a dishwasher that's probably 25 years old, still works just fine, but don't use it very much anyway. Everybody have a good day. WA8CLG. Back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, Doug, the dishwasher, I had them replaced here at the apartment a couple of years ago. The one before it was a GE with a dial on it. It had a dial, none of the processor, processor buttons. It was a dial, old timer in it. Boy, that was an oldie. And let's go back to Sal. I thought I got Sal, but there was a mistake there. But Sal, Zoom room, and we got squared away. Good morning, Sal. W2SAL, heading to Cheektowaga.
And Jeff, listeners out there, I really don't have anything that needs to be replaced, but today I got to fire up the snow blower because they're talking anywhere between 6 and 12 over Thanksgiving, and we just want to be prepared with that. With that, everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you soon. W2SAL, back to net control. Take care, Jeff.
You too, Sal. Good seeing you in Zoom this morning. Barry in Apopka, Florida, KQ4ORK. Barry, push the button.
Gobble, gobble. Good gobble week to everybody on the Brew Crew. Thanks for picking me up. No real pending things at the house, as we're always taking care of it, but I did create myself a new project I need to get done due to my blindness and trying to put a Nextion screen on my hotspot. I've overthoughted my hotspot, so that's my next project. Other than that, nothing on the agenda. Hope everybody has a great holiday week. Back to net control, 73 KQ4 ORK in the mobile.
Here, let me try to do a better representation. Does that kind of sound like it? Have a good morning. Bill in Oakhurst, Texas, N5 GLO Glow. Bill, good morning.
5GLO to net. Howdy, y'all. As far as replacing around this house, I think it's over 50 years. House is at least 50 years old. And there's all kinds of things that could be replaced, but nothing that's falling apart at the moment, except maybe me. No, it's, nothing immediate needs to be replaced, but there's a whole lot of stuff that could be replaced. The list is way too long. But everyone have a good Thanksgiving out there in 5GLO.
All righty, Bill. I said that this morning when we were coming up with the question this morning, too, in the Zoom room before the meeting, or before the net. I said, what needs to be replaced? Me. Have a good morning. Mary in Easton, Pennsylvania. Mary, good morning. KB3VPK.
Good morning, everybody. There's a whole lot of things in this house need replacing, but the one thing I'm replacing this week is the toilet seat. I'm getting a newfangled one with zinc alloy hardware on it, so hopefully this one won't rust the bolts out. And I must say, let's go Easton Red Rovers. You can beat those Phillipsburg State Liners. Let's go, rah, rah, rah. Happy Thanksgiving. Back to you, KB3 VPK.
All right. Have a good morning. Yeah, that's why they make toilet seats with, nuts and bolts or whatever, They break, you just get a new one, but they snap sometimes, We come in at a certain angle. Have a good morning. Let's go to Frank in Sugar, Texas. KJ5DXB.
KJ5DXB. Good morning to you, Jeff, Vicky, everybody in the Brew Crew. Well, I got a list, but I'll start with a dishwasher. I still got the dial. Everybody have a great week and happy Thanksgiving. KJ5DXB. Back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, the old timer that would advance. You'd almost hear it. You get close, you could hear the thing going. The old little timers. They worked. Yep. That's what I replaced, had mine was replaced. Yeah, have a good morning. Let's go to one of our network facilitators. Tony, heading to Homosassa, W2KJB.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to my friend Doug. We had our hot water tank replaced on Wednesday, and we had to open up the wall on the opposite side in the house. But it's in a cabinet, a cupboard. So I have to replace part of the wall. I'm going to put an access panel in there in case ever need to get back to those connections. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving week. Back to you, Jeff, and 7-3 all, W2KJB.
Well, you have a good Thanksgiving, Tony. Good hearing you out there. Andy in Cheektowaga, New York, W2AJR.
Good morning, Jeff. Morning, Vicky. Everybody on the Brew Crew. Oh, boy. I could say some stuff here that would probably get me in trouble, but we have some old galvanized water pipe that is definitely showing its age and starting to weep. So I suppose at some point we're going to have to crack and replace that with some PEX. But that's about it. Everybody have a great week and happy Thanksgiving. 7-3. Back to you, Jeff.
I think I got the reflector. Yeah, you too, Andy. Yeah, we'll be getting out the turkeys here in another couple of days for that day or two thaw that it's going to take for that to happen. Have a good Thanksgiving, Andy. Let's go to Marcin. Marcin, I showed you his mobile, and my fault, I didn't see that. Marcin, good morning. N8MJN.
Hey, good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and everybody on the Morning Brew. Thanks for picking me up, and no worries. It's about a 18-minute drive from the house to the kids' school, so caught me just in time. That said, as far as things needing to be replaced, definitely the power supply for the shack. A couple of weeks ago, I started smelling something electronic and had to pull the plug. So got to tear that apart, figure out what went wrong, and hopefully it's not too expensive. That said, happy Monday, happy Thanksgiving. Sending it back to Net Controls, N8MJN, 73.
Yeah, Marcin, isn't that how electronics work? The whole theory is electronics have smoke inside them. The whole idea is to not let the smoke out. Once you let the smoke out, it doesn't work anymore. Have a good morning. Let's go to Bill in the Villages, Florida, KR4CKC.
This Thanksgiving weekend,
I'd like to replace my old leather easy chair here in the living room. I'd love to replace that with a new leather recliner and enjoy the rest of my time here in the villages. And you all have a great, happy Thanksgiving weekend and safe travels to all. KR4CKC.
Yeah, Bill, admittedly, I'd like to replace all my furniture in the QTH in the apartment. 3 flights up. What an undertaking. I'd have to pay guys to take the old out, bring in the new, the expense and all that. I tell you, just to get a couple, 2 or 3 new pieces of furniture. Have a good morning. Let's go to Leo in Fort Lauderdale, K4ITA.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky. Good morning from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. It's 74 degrees at this time and clear sky. Nice day. And yeah, we will have to replace the floor in the living room. Oh man, I don't want to start. But yeah, we'll have to do it, and we wait for the winter. Winter time here is good to do this kind of job or renovation. Have everybody a great day, a great Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon. This is K4ITA.
All right, Leo. Have a great week ahead. Let's go to Ron in Huntsville, Alabama. KR4DRJ. Ron, over to you.
KR4DRJ. Yeah, there's a long list of things. Probably the biggest things on my list right now are a couple of light sockets in our crawl space. It is 52 out here in Huntsville and nice and clear. 73 back to net.
All right, Ron. Have yourself a fine week ahead. Let's go to Dave in Ypsilanti, Michigan. WB8ODF. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky on the logs. I'm in Ypsilanti, southeastern Michigan, 30 miles due west of Detroit on I-94. I would like to replace my love seat and my overstuffed microfiber captain's chair in the living room. They're getting a little old and they're starting to look it, so I'll go with my furniture. Thanks for doing this, Jeff. Bye-bye. WB8ODF.
All righty, Dave. Have yourself a fine Thanksgiving. We'll talk at you later. Hey, Chuck in Lancaster, New York, W2EM. Good morning. Over to you. What needs to be fixed or replaced in the QTH, Chuck?
Morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the brew crew. I was going to say nothing. Everything here is pretty good. And then my wife heard me and marched me into the bathroom and showed me some corrosion on the shower head. So it looks like we're going to get a new shower head in the future. So that's all. That's about it. Back to net control. W2EM.
Boy, they have some fancy ones out there anymore, some of those shower heads, I'll tell you. You don't want to get out of the shower. It's like, hey, this thing's pretty nice. Have a good morning, Chuck. We had Mark and Robert come in via the text line. Let's add to Mark and Robert. Mark and Robert, hold on just a moment. Twice and slowly, please. Let's get you on the log. Come on.
CJM, W2, CJM, in and out.
Portland.
Kilo 5, India Tango Golf. Kilo Foxtrot 5, India Tango Golf. Mobile and in and out.
Whiskey 8, Bravo, Papa, Delta.
W8BPD.
KF8 DRC. KF8 Detroit Rock City.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee VA3 ERY Mobile in and out 73.
Kilo 4 Victor Tango Tango KK4 Kilo Echo 4 Mike Sierra Mike. Kilo Echo 4 Mike Sierra Mike.
Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike.
Juliet 5 India Mike Whiskey KJ5 IMW.
4 Sierra Oscar Golf. KW4 G Mobile.
AVD Mobile.
KF8 DJQ Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Juliet Quebec.
Okay, let's go with this list here. Looks like I've got Reflector by the hub monitor there on my display. From the bottom up, we have a few to correct here. KF8 DJQ, Kevin. We had a K8VD, Michael, who's mobile. You're going to be hang tight. Mobiles are going to be up first. Did we have a K4SOG? Something like that. Correct that for us. K4SOG.
K4 Sierra Oscar Golf. KW4SOG. Mike in Huntsville, Alabama.
All right, Mike. Hang tight. You sound mobile. Yeah, I'm not sure if you said in and out, but just hang tight. N2CBM, Christopher. KJ5, INW, Robert. KO4FBM, Jose. You're mobile, it sounds like. You're going to be one of the first up. KE4MSM. Let's go ahead and we have KK4VTT, VA3ERY, KF8DRC, W8BPD, KC2JPQ, KF5ITG. Clinton, you were in IO this morning. You have a good holiday week. W2CJM. We had a station with a KG7B, question mark, something like that. KG7B. Clear us up here on that one.
George 7. George Benny. Lincoln. George 7. George Benny. There's a B. Lincoln. In Portland.
Great. We'll come back to you. KJ4ZFM, Robert, and W5MHG at the top of the list. Let's do these mobiles. KO4FBM, Jose in St. Cloud, Florida. Jose and everyone on this list, the question is there one thing in your home that needs to be replaced? Jose, KO4FBM, good morning.
Morning, Vicky, and the rest of the Morning Brew. We already fixed it. It's the upstairs handrail bracket. I fixed it yesterday. Back to you, 73, sir.
All righty, Jose. Have a good week ahead. Mike, next mobile station in Huntsville, Alabama, KW4SOG. Mike, over to you.
out there. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Hope everybody has a great one. Only thing in my house right now that really needs replacing is my dishwasher, but I'm probably not going to replace it because I can wash dishes just fine. Anyway, hope everybody has a great holiday and stay safe out there. KW4SOG, back to net.
All righty, Mike. Have a good one. Let's go to Michael, another mobile station in Katy, Texas. K8VD. Michael, what say you?
Good morning, everybody on the net. I'm going to say my new roommate needs to replace. Joking around, but yeah. I really don't have anything needs to be replaced. Back to net control.
All righty. Have a good one, Michael. Good talking to you this morning. Let's go to Mark in Albuquerque, New Mexico, W5MHG.
Well, good morning, W5MHG. Gracie says Bow EIA with 39 degrees in the backyard. She needs her water dish replaced. We'll probably pick one up today. And we need our tub faucet fixed. It's dripping, so I'll have to do that sometime soon. Anyway, thanks so much for doing the do. Hey, and thanks, Vicky, for putting up with us. We sure do appreciate it. From the land of enchantment. And yeah, we don't need to fix that text line. We love it. 7-3.
All right, Mark. Well, you and Gracie have a nice trip to the hardware store. Have a great week ahead. Robert, it's Thanksgiving week in Deltona, Florida. KJ4ZFM. Good morning.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I wish I was up in Pennsylvania doing some turkey hunting actually at the moment, but it's not actually available to me. Actually, what really needs to be replaced around the QTH is my broken 3-element beam that I am actually replacing with a 6-element beam that's bigger than my house. So, yeah, if anything that needs to be replaced, that definitely needs to be replaced. Everybody, thank you, Jeff, Vicky, Dick, everyone on the Brew Crew. Everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Kilo Jupiter 4, 2 Foxtrot Michael, Deltona, Florida.
All righty, Robert. Have yourself a great Thanksgiving. I think we have the call right. George, you don't have to give us phonetics, but I believe it's KG7GBL. Hopefully we got that right. George, good morning.
I need to put in fixtures in the bathroom, and I need to put them in the kitchen, and that's all I need to do in this house. But right now it's 5:30 in the morning. I just wake up and hear this radio talking, and I get on here and use my call letters. And that's what I'm going to say. It's about 40 degrees outside in Portland, and this King George 7, George Betty Lincoln 33 still. Back to you guys.
All right, George. Well, you have yourself a fine morning, sir, and a great week ahead. Let's go to our 100th lucky check-in. Charles in Selden, New York, W2CJM. Charles, lucky number 100.
Hey, everybody. Vicky, Jeff, the crew. I just really need to refinish my basement so I could set up my shack. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for doing the net.
All right, Charles, you do the same. Thanks for stopping by. Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ.
Warren, Jeff, and Vicky, anybody on the brew?
I kind of keep up with the repairs, so I don't have anything right now that has to be attended to, let's put it that way. And I want to thank Sal for reminding me that, this week we're supposed to get some snow. I got to get out and get gas for the snowblower. That's one thing I got to do. I've been procrastinating that. And I won't talk to you till Friday, Jeff, so you have a great Thanksgiving. And get back to the net. Everybody have a great day. KC2JPQ.
All righty, Frank, have yourself a good morning. Hey, Brian in Warren, Michigan, W8BPD, what's going on? Hey, Frank, you're still, Frank, I'm sorry, Brian, my fault. Brian, you're still with us, W8BPD. Nothing heard. Moving on. Jack in Rochester, Michigan, KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack. Okay, Jack, trying again. KF8, Detroit Rock City, Jack. Nothing heard again. Let's go to Eduardo in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. VA3ERY, heading up north. Good morning, Eduardo. That's three in a row. Nothing heard. Vicky's instructing me. Same repeater. You guys can hear but can't talk is what I'm being told on that repeater, possibly this morning. Let's move on to Bruce in Kissimmee, Florida, KK4VTT. Bruce, good morning.
Hey, good morning to one. Good morning to all. Have a great day, and especially Thanksgiving week. What needs to be replaced in my house? We had redone the whole house, but I made a big mistake with the ceramic sink, kitchen sink. Being Italian and making a lot of spaghetti, them ceramic sinks, they don't take hot water too kindly. They crack open. You got to take the whole apart and get another metal sink in there. Hey, you guys have a great day. Thanks for letting me chat. And again, please have a happy Thanksgiving. KK4VTT, Lake Baldwin, Florida. Thank you, sir.
Just got a little issue going on. The stick WB2JPQ. I'll pick it up for a minute. Guess we're going to go to Jack in Rochester, Michigan, KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack. And our question this morning is, what's one thing in your house that needs fixing?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Yes, my kitchen floor needs to be fixed, and that's all I have. And KF8DRC.
Right. Thanks, Jack. Eduardo, VA3ERY, LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Control. Nothing to be fixed at my house. Have a great day, everyone. 7-3.
Oh, nothing. That's good. You got all the honeydews done. Winter Springs, Florida, KE4MSM. What about you?
Good morning, everybody on the net. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Actually, I have more than one thing that needs to be replaced and fixed in this house, but I'm currently working on one of my bathrooms I'm remodeling. I took the bathtub out and putting in a walk-in shower, so I just got some concrete work finished on that. And I'm also painting the outside of the house this week since I'm off from work all week. I have time to do it. So other than that, that's all I have for now. KE4MSM, back to net.
Jeff still got an issue going on. Let's go to Robert in Houston, Texas, KJ5IMW. What's happening out there, Robert? What needs to be in your home?
Good morning, everybody on the crew. Nothing needs to be fixed, but what needs to be replaced with this technician license with a general, so I'll definitely do that by the end of the year. Happy holidays, everybody. KJ5IMW, back to net control.
Thank you, Robert. Carlos, Hollywood, Florida, N1CBM. Hope to see you tonight, Carlos. If you can make our meeting, good morning.
Jeff, at the ECR family. Yeah, I'll try to be there at 7 p.m. tonight, Dick. One thing that needs fixing or replacement here in my house is the interior paint. It's been there for 8 years. It's little details that need to be fixed, and my wife, instead of fixing those details, is asking me to paint the entire house. The other thing I would replace is my HOA and the rules about antennas. So I would be able to get out there with my HF without
been monkeying with his HOA rules as long as I can remember, many years, and nothing's changed. Let me go to Kevin in Bowling Green, Ohio, the Magic Cable Man. Kevin, I'll never forget that. KF8 DJQ, good morning.
Good morning, Vicky. Everybody on net this morning. Yes, that's me. We had our garage doors replaced, and they look so nice that now the garage needs repainted. So that's going to be coming up this spring. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and we'll turn it back to you. Thanks, Dick. KFA.
You as well, Kevin. Hope to be on. I should be on late shift on Wednesday, so maybe catch you guys one more time before Thanksgiving. Terry in Austin, N5RTC.
He may be. This is N5RTC. Garage door opener. Ours is turned grindy, and it's time to replace it. Back to net control.
Garage door open.
All right. I think I'm back in business. Thanks for covering me, Dick, for those last few seconds. Up. Okay, I think I've got it. Yep, I think I've got it. Thanks, Dick, for taking those last few. I had some technical difficulties there back in on St. Angelo, Texas here. Hopefully all is good. Let's go to Rex in Crystal River, Florida. KJ4LXJ, good morning, Rex.
Good morning to you and everybody else out there this morning. Our central AC and heat is about 22 years old, so we've been pricing that. Luckily, I do have a couple relatives in that business, so it's not as much of a shock as I thought it was going to be. KJ4LXJ, back to you guys.
There it is. Okay. Have a good day, Rex. Roger in Rochester, Indiana, KC9IXX.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew. Yep, I've got a never-ending honey-do list. Replaced some light fixtures outside on the garage that she wanted done about 3 years ago. So, we gotta... she needs to keep me around, right? So I don't get that list all completed 100%. But next on the list is a few basement windows. But thanks for the opportunity to get checked in, guys, and hope everybody has a good week. KC9IXX, back to net control.
All righty, Roger. Have yourself a good Thanksgiving. Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, NW4Q.
Hey, Jeff, we just noticed this morning a little problem with one of our refrigerators, so we're hoping...
Well, we're hoping too. We lost you there, Jim, maybe mid-transmission, not sure, but you have a good one and have a good one with the refrigerator. We got you down for refrigerator. We got 3 minutes, 3-minute warning to the top of the hour. Let's get you on net number 1098 of the Morning Brew. Come twice and slowly, please.
November, Delta, Zulu.
November 7, Sierra Hotel. November 7, Sierra Hotel.
Kilo Romeo 4, Golf X-Ray Oscar. Kilo Romeo 4, Golf X-Ray Oscar. Jim in South Carolina.
Kilo, Quebec.
KJ5, Fox. Kilo, Juliet 5, Mike Echo Lima, in Austin, Texas.
In and out.
Jose.
Okay, I've got it. I've got the reflector by the looks of it. KJ5MAL, Jose. KQ4HEF, Keith. We're gonna have we have a bunch that doubled. Let's clear them up now. KR4GXO, is that correct? KR4GXO?
Affirmative. KR4GXO, Jim, South Carolina.
Okay, we got it right. You're a new station, James. That always catches me off guard. It looks like you're coming in via the Fireside network that connects up with this in the morning. NSH, we had a station with NDZ, something like that in your call. Clear that up for us. But or N1YKT, Johnny, and KE2DOS, Vincent. All right, you guys and gals, it's speed round. Just need the answer. Vincent, KE2DOS, good morning. Vincent, you still with us, KE2DOS. Nothing heard from Vincent. Let's go to Johnny in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. N1YKT. Speed round, Johnny.
Yeah, I was in and out. Just going to say no for the fun of it. N1YKT.
All right, Johnny. Didn't have you in there as an IO. You have a good day. Jordan in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. KC3BHT. Good morning, Jordan. Jordan might have been an IO as well. We got you down, Jordan. Have a great turkey day. Lynn in Culver, Indiana. KB9NDZ. Lynn, good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Yep, having a nice fine day, and yep, everything's going pretty good there. So, yep, talk to you later. KB9NDZ, back to net control.
All right, Lynn. Well, it sounds like everything in your house is working. Have a good day. Dan in Richland, N7SH. Good morning, Dan.
Hello, good morning to yourself and everybody else. As far as things to do, goodness gracious, well, I'm taking some time off, and I had some plans to do some things, and I ended up getting sick. So hopefully I can get better, because I do have a bunch of projects to do around the house, and I took some time off to do them, and we'll see how things go. N7SH, back to net.
Had the ID there. All right, Dan. Well, good luck with those projects. James, looks like a new station, KR4GXO. Good morning.
Good morning, yes, Jim, KR4GXO. I'll keep it quick. I know you're trying to get going here, but my house needs plumbing. I have contractors in my house as we speak. So best wishes to all, and back to net control.
A little TLC on the house, James. Well, good. You've got pros doing it for you. Best way to go, huh? You're a new station. Look for a welcome letter from us if you're current on QRZ. And welcome to the Morning Brew and the East Coast Reflector. Check in more often. Have a good holiday. Keith in Thompson, Georgia, KQ4HEF.
Good morning. I think everything here is pretty good, and so everybody have a good day and a good week. KQ4HEF.
All right. Well, you do the same, Keith. Sounds like you're in good shape. And Jose, you get to put a bow on the net for us today on the Monday edition of the Morning Brew. Jose in Austin, Texas, KJ5MEL. Wrap it up for us.
Nothing to replace at the moment. Thank God for the...
Well, you can't beat that. Jose, have yourself a great day. Everyone, that wraps up the net, the Monday edition of the Morning Brew. It's Thanksgiving week. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. Enjoy your turkey and fixins and whatever else you like to have there. not too much green bean casserole. Everyone have a great day. On behalf of Dick, Vicky, I'm Jeff, KE0GKF. 7-3, everybody. Have a great week ahead.